Good afternoon, Washington. This is DCRTV Days, Dave TV, for the 13th of April, 2011. We're listening to the dulcet tones of WHFS there on 94.7's HD2. And reason we're doing that, the Eurythmics there, one of my favorite songs there, Sweet Dreams, Annie Lennox, great song. Wanted to mention that the HFStival is coming back. It's going to be Saturday, I believe it's the 17th of September at Meriwether Post Pavilion. That's Columbia, Maryland. And that's right. That's the date, September 17th. As you will recall, CBS ended alternative rocker WHFS's 20-plus year regular radio stint on 99.1 back in 2005. No, HFS used to be on 102.3 back when they were in Bethesda, way back in the 70s. They went off the air in 83, and the station moved over to 99.1 out of Annapolis later that year. So from late 83 to 2005, which is a little more than 20 years, they were on 99.1. Anyhow, they were kicked off the air in 2005 when El Zol was born, and CBS Baltimore picked up HFS for a couple years there on 105.7 part-time. They were kind of running a talker and progressive rock on the station. And then eventually it moved over to the HD2 digital signal of WIAD, which is now Fresh FM. So you can hear them on 94.7's HD2. But anyhow, the HFStival was in Columbia, Maryland last year after a several-year break, and it will be back in Columbia, Maryland again this coming September. No band announcements yet, but I'm sure we'll be hearing about them soon. I just wanted to do a little HFS flashback festival. Here's a couple of festival T-shirts. This is the HFS Festival from 1994. This was at RFK Stadium. This was back when the HFS Festival was really big at RFK there. That was in May of 94. And here you can see the bands. Cracker, who I like a lot, and a couple bands that have kind of faded away there. You don't hear much of James anymore. Violent Femmes. And then we've got the HFStival from 1999. This was at the PSINet Stadium, which is now that, where the Ravens play, M&T Bank, whatever it's called now. But anyhow, this was the 1999 thing, and if you can see the band list there. Oh, let's get closer. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Sugar Ray, Blink-182, and there. And then we got some HFS Devolved T-shirt from the year 2000. And this was at FedEx Field. So 2009. I think I showed you this one the other day. Yeah, Stone Temple Pilots, and some other cool bands. And then finally, one of my four from the collection. This was the 2001 HFStival. And geez, I don't know if this says where it was played. It doesn't say the stadium, but wherever it was played, it was either Baltimore, Washington, and we had Lincoln Park, and Green Day, and Weezer, and a whole bunch of cool bands. So those are some HFStival memories. Very cool there. I wanted to also show you a nice little card I got in the mail yesterday from a devoted DCR TVer. And really cool site. He goes, after reading your site for years, I decided to pay my fee to you, make a little donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. DCR TV is free. We don't charge any money for it, and we never will. But we do have a nice little tribute side where we have a lot of memories, and we suggest a donation of $39 a year for that. And, pay, it's just a way of getting folks to, cost them. What's $39 a year? If you visit the website every day, what's $39 a year? Yeah, it's less than a cup of Starbucks coffee once a month. If you buy one Starbucks coffee once a month, that's more than $39 a year. Okay. Anyhow, this guy, Chuck, he was in radio for 20 plus years, WPRW, WEEL, WQQW, WKYS 11 years, WMZQ and Big, a reporter and a pilot for Metro Traffic. So thank you very much, Chuck. And that's a nice little card there. Yeah, cool stuff there. HFS. Still got my cold sore. That's kind of why I'm talking out of the side of my mouth. Kind of talking like, hey, Bob Hope here. Bob Hope here. Okay, here's a nice little thing. Listen to this.
Intelligent Radio AM 1150 is moving on up. We're upgrading our signal, upgrading our programming, and to start it all off, we're upgrading our dial position. Starting this Wednesday, 1150 AM will become 1160 AM. That's right, we're moving up the dial to 1160 AM. Don't get left behind. Part of our continuing effort to bring you the quality programming you've come to expect from WMET. Move on up with the new Intelligent Radio AM 1160 WMET.
Okay, one of my nice contributors sent me that. That was a couple years back. Remember WMET did a talk format. They were calling themselves Intelligent Radio, 1150 out of Gaithersburg, and they were moving up to 1160 with a bigger daytime signal. The problem was nobody listened to the station. Just they couldn't get ratings. They just couldn't get any ratings, and eventually WMET went away, or at least that talk format did. The station got sold. I believe it was owned by a company called IDT or something like that. The station got sold, and it eventually became it's now a Catholic station. It's not a bad little station. When you're stuck in traffic, flip over to 1160, and you hear these nice people talking about religion and God and, Mother Mary and all that. It's quite nice. But I don't think it's going to get many ratings now, but it's a nice little service, so what the heck, WMET. Okay, folks. What's the deal? Go to Dan Steinberg's DC Sports Blog, and you can read all about all these nice little people at WTEM sniping WJFK, and then you can read about how Ted Leonsis, the owner of the Capitals and the Wizards, is slamming WTEM. All these nice little people, insider baseball kind of stuff in the radio biz, kind of fun stuff there. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I've got some ratings information on there. Paul Anthony, by the way, if you're going to be in D.C. tonight, April 13th at 7 p.m., go over to the UDC at the Recital Hall in Building 46 West at 7 o'clock. It's free, and you can listen to D.C. radio veteran and jazz music specialist Paul Anthony talking about his career. Paul's a really cool guy. He played a jazz show on the old WRC radio from 66 to 72. He was on National Public Radio from 72 to 79 and GMS radio from 88 to 90. You can also hear his voice all over. He does a lot of commercials and programming. Washington Week in Review, his voice was on there, and America's Most Wanted, many PBS and Discovery Channel shows. And if you go up to New York and tune in 1010 Wins, the all news are there, that CBS owns, he's also the voice at the top of the hour. What is it? You give us 3 minutes and we'll give you the word. Whatever their little slogan is. That's his voice. Paul Anthony. He also has done a lot of WETA TV fundraising. I don't know if he still does that, because usually when that comes on, I tune out. But anyhow, that's that. Francis Rose is going to be it's a man, by the way. I thought when I was writing this up it was a woman, but it's a man. Francis Rose will be hosting he's a new afternoon host now for Federal News Radio, WFED 1500, 820 AM. And he will be on from 3 to 7. He's replacing Chris Dorbeck, who recently left the station to attend to family matters. Also getting some rumblings that WWMX Mix 106.5 in Baltimore, they have an HD2 called Mix 2, which is kind of a dance format. They may be putting that on the regular FM band on 97.5 as a regular analog signal. You may be able to hear that through most of Baltimore City. So go check out DCRTV.com right now, and you can read more on that. Kind of an interesting little story there. And that's that. And we broke this news yesterday. Just got some more information today. Tony Burke is leaving his news director gig at Comcast SportsNet in Bethesda. He's been there 3 years, and before that he was assistant news director, and he's going to pursue other career opportunities. So check that one out. That's also another big story there at DCRTV.com. I want to highlight one of our advertisers today, as we are starting to do now are great advertisers who help support DCR TV. Whoa, there's my printer. You don't see that. Hey, hi there. WTNT, AM 730, The Truth. It's basically took up the format that was on 570 a while back. Dan Snyder flipped that station over to sports, and the format and the calls went over to 730. You can listen to the America's Morning News, that Washington Times show in the morning. A lot of cool stuff on that. Kind of right-leaning, but anyhow, that's owned by an outfit called Metro Radio out of Vienna, Virginia. So listen to it, and you can click on here, and you can get the streaming. And they also have a sales position available, so check them out. WTNT. Okay. What else? That's it. We're almost at the 11-minute mark. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to help support DCR TV, and don't forget to stay tuned.